Hey everyone, it's Kristen, and today I'm going to be doing a hole in the hand that you can see through to your eye makeup look. I'm not really sure what to call this particular look. This type of look has been going around the internet for a week or so now that I've seen it, and ever since I saw it I was really blown away by it. And the concept of this look is to make it look like your hand has a hole in it and you can see through to your eye or see through something else behind you and make it look like it's see-through. And so I really love this look, and I'll put my inspiration photos down below where I first saw it and all the credits and everything like that. But it really had bothered me because I was like, that makeup is so good, almost too good if you ask me. And so I really was considering like how did they go about doing this and what did they use. And so I'd gone back to different pictures and I had gone to the comments to see what other people had said because I wanted to see if it was perplexing anyone else and what they thought they were doing. And so I also started to come to the conclusion that it must just be Photoshop. But I just kept thinking about it, it kept coming up in my mind, and I kept seeing other people doing the same thing. And then it occurred to me a way that you could actually do it with just special effects makeup and some innovation on your part. And so if you guys would like to see my take on this type of look and what you could do yourself to create a similar look to this with special effects makeup, then continue watching. And be sure to subscribe if you'd like to see future makeup and special effects makeup videos from me. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy. To start out this look, we're going to be using the Urban Decay Full Spectrum palette for the color Metamorphosis, and we're going to be putting this in the crease area and blending outwards. Next, in the same palette, we're using a different blue named Blindsided, and we're going to be putting this in the crease area as well, but not blending as far out and keeping it more in the outer corners. Next, using the Mercier Intense Clays palette, we're going to be using the dark blue color and keeping this in the crease and in the outer corners as well. For this color, I'm making sure not to blend out too much to keep the intense blue color. Next, we're going to be filling in the eyelid with white and blending it a little bit in with the blue, but keeping it mostly solid white. Then taking some of the blue onto the lower lash line as well. For the lashes, I'm using the Rimmel Scandalized Mascara and putting it on the top lashes. Now for the eye on the hand, I took a picture of my eye and printed it out, and I'll be using it as the eye on my hand. I think this is how the other people have done this look by making their eye look very realistic. They're just using a picture of their own eye. You could also do this with Photoshop, but this is the way I came up with how to do it with makeup. When doing this, you want to make sure that the eye that you print out is the same size as your actual eye. And to adhere this, we're going to be using liquid latex. Next, we're using the Bedknigh Nose and Scar Wax, and we're going to be putting this around the outside of the eye, having parts of it fold over the eye to make it look like the skin is going around it. I find it's easier to kind of get the piece that I want before I put it on my hand, kind of manipulating it before I put it down, and I think this helps getting the shape I want rather than trying to put it and then manipulate the shape after. Nose and scar wax is very temperamental and it is very hard to work with, but once you get it down it becomes easier. If it's sticking to your hands, you can use a little bit of Vaseline to help it not stick. And like I said, it's easier to manipulate when you are using both your hands than trying to put it down and either manipulate it with some sort of spatula or a knife. So this is the way I would suggest going about it. After you put all you want around the sides and you have the shape that you want for sort of the rip effect, you can then go around the sides and the edges and smooth them down to make it look like more a part of your hand and the skin coming off of your hand. Once you have the shape that you want, it's time to paint on some blood, and this is a pint of stage blood, and I'm going to be taking a brush and just brushing it on where I think the color needs to be, keeping it more saturated by the rip and then sort of blending outwards in little splashes to make it look more realistic. You could also use a red face paint or some other sort of body paint, but I think that the blood looks the most realistic. To give the blood a little bit more dimension and to make some of the blood look a little older, I'm going to be using Hershey's chocolate syrup because the scab blood that I had actually dried out somehow. So in a pinch, the Hershey's chocolate will give you a nice sort of deep colored blood look. And so that's what I came up with to make this see-through eye hand look. Do you think this is how others have done this look, or do you think they use Photoshop? I'd love to know your ideas in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you guys again soon.